My favorite game series of all time is Metal Gear Solid. Well, Metal Gear in general.
Favorite video game would have to be Batman Arkham City. Favorite series would have to be Halo.
Right now I'm playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's really fun, but of all time, man, it'd probably have to be either Pokemon, because I just grew up with it and loved playing it. I want to be like a Pokemon trainer when I grew up. Or even Smash Brothers.
The original Zelda is my favorite video game ever, the one for NES. I think it came out in '87. But I don't know if that's because I was 4 or 5 when I first played it, right when it came, or well, it wasn't when it came out, it was like a year or two later. But it was just very, very magical, which, I guess probably a lot of people feel that way about the first game that really had an effect on them. It's probably their favorite video game of all time. But that one is. There was just something adventurous about it, and maybe the NES graphics of it helped you be more imaginative.
I don't think that games are quite to the level of subjectivity and eliciting emotion that film is yet, but I think they are capable of it. And I think well, I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself, because Metal Gear, for me, would be that experience. It's my favorite story of all time. It's my favorite director of all time. And I think narrative in video games has a powerful literary component. I think video games still get treated as if they are toys, so that their only valid aspect is that they give you something to do in your downtime. But I think for narrative for video games, they can tell you meaningful stories that have an emotional impact on you.
Esports, I'm happy that it's starting to gain some popularity. It's not like a typical sporting thing that people would normally watch, but I'm happy to see that it's getting a lot more recognition with games like Overwatch, League of Legends, and just all these other highly competitive games, and having such a huge following. I feel with more time, I feel like it might be something that will continue to evolve and continue to change.
Back in high school, and my whole life really, I lived 40 minutes away from my high school, 40 minutes away from downtown. And I was in a small town where everybody was separated. So I would just get home and put on my headset, get on the games, and that's how I'd hang out with people. So even then I wasn't really competitive, but I played a lot. I was a heavy casual player. And now I'm more of a casual player.
I think the future of video games is probably VR, virtual reality. Hopefully the future of video games is getting out of the Call of Duty and all this first-person co-op garbage. I just don't like it. I know everybody else does. I think virtual reality is definitely the future of gaming.
I would say I probably enjoy games the same amount as I did growing up. I think because I came up during a time when games were... There was a lot of games when I was growing up, too, and there's a lot of games now. It's not quite the exponential increase the movies are. It's hard to see all the movies that come out in a year. It's hard to play all the games, but there's nowhere near as many. But I think I enjoy games the same as I did